Okay, this is something else I noticed. This tree had broken off and it had fell. It had fell, but just by the brute force of this thing falling, you could see right up here, this has been placed back into its spot. That log has been lifted right back onto that stump. Because it broke off clear back over here. And this thing would have fell, and just from the weight of it going forward and bouncing and whatnot, that log would have ended up on the ground. Something placed that log back up onto the stump, just like that. And I've seen this before. Incredible strength. Okay, I'll be back. Here's something else that they do. This is just sat up in there like that. Sorry, I don't want to bore you guys with a bunch of jazz. Look at, here's a stick break right here. Another break. And most all these breaks, they're all headed towards human activity, towards the road. I walked right past this X. Look at this X. Bottom part, that side of the tree. Top part on this side of the tree. And it's wedged up in through the canopy there. There's definitely a squatchy area. It's just so thick you could hardly walk through here. There's another juicy X right there. I'm getting more signs of Sasquatch. I'm really good at tracking these things. I filmed them more than once, that's for sure. And it's funny because, like I said, there's people aren't far, and they don't care. They don't care about people. They will hang out in here while there's 100 people over here, and they would never be seen. Cool stuff. I'll be back. Look at that cool little X right there. Just behind this little tree. Top part goes on that side, bottom part comes on this side. People will realize that one of these days. That's not a natural formation. That's not what wind does. Wind don't do these characteristics. So remember that. Open your mind. Put away your closed-minded thoughts. And open your mind a little bit about what's going on here. You know, so let me move down a little bit. I'm seeing all kinds of sign in here, so I'll be back. So I was walking by, and the fern had been pushed down right here. See this? This is recent. This was not very long ago. You step down right in here. See, look, it broke this. That was not that long ago. I wonder where he walked to. Anyways, I had to document that, guys. You can see it's all pressed down, a nice footprint. Okay, I'll be back. You see this, guys? Look at all these trees interwoven into each other. It's forming an X. It's forming two X's, maybe three X's. There's two forks involved in it here. There's one little stick balancing right there. And they took and constructed this because they put this one inside the fork, and they put this one just on the other side of that limb right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. See that? They put it on in the inside of that limb, sticking out right there. This isn't naturally done. It's like a big wall of X's and stuff going on here. It's absolutely amazing. Wow, just a whole busy mess going on right here. That's amazing. Where you at, little squatches? I hear a car finally coming by on that road. I'll be back, guys. So I found this interesting. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big rocks that are stacked up in a perfect line. And right in the middle of the rocks, there's a little stone right there. And then right next to that, there's a twisted break. That's interesting. I just thought I'd show you guys that. Wow, look at this amazing tangled interweaved logs. There's X's there and everything. This is definitely one of their little symbolistic spots. And look, there's the butt end of a branch right there, big branch. Wow. Look at all this, just all entangled. It's symbolism, it's an ancient language. We have not a clue what it is, but it tells something to each other. Like I said, food sources, water sources, game runs, you know, different types of plant life maybe, different dangers, maybe pointing a direction towards another clan or whatever you call them, a Bigfoot. You know, it means a lot of things. And there's a little X right there. What a trip. There's a lot of people walking this trail today too. A lot of people walking that trail. It's funny that it's thicker than hell everywhere else, but here, I know Sasquatch like to clear out their areas, trails and stuff. They like to keep them groomed. These giant logs hanging over my head. It's funny, I think Sasquatch sometimes like to be up close to people just so they can study them, like we try to study them. I know there's some other... I think I just heard something. Look at this, it's just been trampled on right here. Look at this old structure. Look at that old structure. I almost promise you and guarantee you this is all manipulated by a Sasquatch. This is the kind of thing that they do. There's an X. Okay guys, I'm hearing shit over that way now. Look at just how nice and clear this area is right here. I think I'm hearing some kind of crazy vocals back here. I heard this very same vocal in Pagosa. Look how clear it is back here. I'm hearing stuff back over that way. A little bit hard to hear with the river. And this stuff just doesn't leave footprints. It looks like there's a footprint right there. Again, it's not very big. Most of the Sasquatch here aren't very big. There's the river. The creek, I should say. Man, I'm hearing shit. I'm pretty far back here. Let's look at this area over here. It's just cleared out. Huge ant hills. It looks like there's another footprint. Okay, I'll be back. I like how this old tree, at one time something twisted it, bring it back over here, and the base is way over here. Like something twisted it, laid it down over that way. That's not something nature does, folks. That's typical Sasquatch activity right there. It's been there a while, though. It's been there a long while. Okay, I'll be back. It's funny, I'm back down on the trail. There's the trail. Look at what's right next to the trail. an X. And look at what it meets up at. There's this teepee type structure that comes down. There's another little trail that like runs right in through there. They don't care. They don't care how close to people they are. That's cool. Look at that crazy break right there. This is right next to the X. That's cool. And that one seems to be pointing toward water. I got an eerie feeling right in this area. You go across the trail, you see all these sticks laying down, leaning up against, tucked into this tree right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's all kinds of straight sticks going into that. That's also Sasquatch activity right there. They're up there. It's so thick back here though, you can't see anything. Almost guarantee you. I want to point out this X here on the ground. That tree did not come from this area right here. Neither did that. It made an X flat on the ground. That's what they do.